everyone, it's Cherise talking here from Elevate My Clinic. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 small ways that you can make changes to your sales scripts for your team and really help them to win more sales. Here are some of the problems that you're probably seeing with your team when it comes to scripts or it comes to talking to their clients. So one of the first problems is they're probably chatting too much, and they love to build rapport with their clients, and that's fantastic, but there's no conversation that's sales generated or generating a sales conversation. So that's one of the first problems. One of the second problems is they're asking the wrong questions. So they're probably asking questions that can be answered yes or no. And the problem with that is if the client is answering no, it's really hard to change it round and get them to say yes. And third of all, if they're having some great conversations with their clients and they're having a really good chat and finding out how they went on their weekend, and as I said, building rapport is fantastic. If they are not, if they don't know how to break into a sales conversation, then it's one of the big problems that they're probably facing at the moment. They just don't know how to break into a sales conversation. So 3 small changes that your team can make, and you can really help them with this. You can really help them with these scripts. So obviously too much chatting. Second of all, we talked about asking the wrong questions, so questions that are yes or no answers. And third of all is they don't know how to break into the conversation. So first of all, asking open-ended question. And what I mean by an open-ended question is it starts with who, what, when, why, how. And I'll say that a little bit slower. Who, what, when, why, how. If a sentence starts or a question starts with who, what, when, why, how, the answer cannot be no, yes or no. And by asking these questions, it really will help the client to open up about maybe some of their challenges, their frustrations, some of the issues they've got with their skin, and you're now having a conversation with them as opposed to asking them a question, they say no, and then you move on, or they go back to chatting, which often happens. So for example, here are some questions. When was the last time you had a facial? That's a really good one. That one is gold. If you can use one like that, it really gets your client thinking about, yeah, okay, when was the last time I really looked after my skin and I had a lovely facial? So it gets the client thinking and starting to talk about when was the last time they actually looked after their skin. Secondly is giving 2 options. When you give 2 options, they can not answer yes or no. So Mrs. Smith, today, would you like to look at minimum maintenance with your products or maximum results? So that way, if you've got somebody who's really thinking about their budget, they're a little bit tight this month, they might want to just look at minimum maintenance, and then later when when they've got a bit more money, they can look at maximum results. And very interestingly, what happens is when you give them minimum maintenance or maximum results, more often than not, people's desire to want to have maximum results will help them to decide to go in that direction as well. So that's a really good one, minimum maintenance and maximum results. And they cannot answer yes or no. And now you're talking about options as opposed to, would you like this, yes or no? And the third thing is having one great opener, one really great question that your team can have, or one great liners that basically they can ask the client a really great question, and it starts the conversation. So it starts into now talking about their skin, their issues, their frustrations, their wants and aspirations, some things that they might want. They might have an event coming up. They might be getting married or going to a wedding, and they want their skin to look glowing. So definitely having one line is a great one. Here are some examples. First of all, have you thought about IPL? So if you're talking to a client who comes in regularly for waxing, maybe that's one that you could think about, a person that could think about IPL or laser. And another one is, how is your skin feeling after lockdown? And really thinking about where people are at this time of you know, everything that's going on, the craziness of lockdown. If you're in a state where there's currently lockdown, that's a really great question, because people's skin has changed. They've been indoors a lot. They've probably got the heater on if it's cold, so their skin's probably a lot drier than normal. Now's a really good time to get them thinking about looking after their skin and stripping back the dry skin that's come from sitting inside during lockdown. So if you would like some more one-liners or really great question openers, please reach out to us. We would love to help you with those. We love coming up with those ideas specifically for your clinic. We have our one-day intensive coming up shortly in October, and we would love for you to join us. We have the online and in-person events. If you're in Perth, it will be in person. If you're in another state or another country, we would love for you to join us online. So all of those details are coming out shortly. We would love to see you there. All right, guys, have a fantastic day and try these scripts and let us know how you go. See you later.